Hi guys, Chris here from Action for Elders. So to follow on to our last video, I want to talk a little bit about, again, not so much what we eat, but how we eat. It's very much about approaching eating in a mindful way, okay? I don't know if you've ever noticed, and you might sit as I'm talking about this and go, oh God, yeah, I do that. A lot of us eat far too quickly. Okay, especially in today's society, when we're eating, we're fiddling with our phones, or we're taking emails, or answering things, or browsing the internet, or on Facebook, or Twitter, or whatever you're on, and we're not really engaged properly with what we're eating. Okay, so there are risks to eating this way. Okay. There are some recent studies that have pointed out that it can lead to health problems. According to new research, chewing through food too quickly leads to problems with digestion properly, obviously, because if you're not chewing your food a certain amount of times, it's going down whole almost, as if you were to bring it back up, it wouldn't be chewed through properly without going into too much detail. So, yeah, recent studies show that it can risk your likelihood of becoming overweight or obese. It's also linked to problems including insulin resistance, which is characterized by sort of high blood sugar and insulin levels. So one of the things that I practice personally is when you sit down with a meal, whatever size it might be, is actually between each mouthful, you'll probably, you might recognize if you're quite mindful while you're eating that as you're chewing one mouthful of food, you'll be sawing through the next and cutting up your food ready. And as you've barely finished chewing the piece that you've already got, in goes another mouthful while you've still got the remnants of the other piece of food in your mouth. Okay, so it's just about slowing down that process a little bit. And one way of doing that is actually just kind of going, okay, well, yeah, I'll saw my piece of food up while I'm chewing, but then put your knife and fork down in between and perhaps just lean your arms on the table, rest your arms on the table, and just be aware of how many times you're chewing the piece of food that you have in your mouth. Make sure that that's ingested properly, make sure that there's nothing left. Take your time, there's no rush. When you're just eating in a very Zen-like state of mind, just eat. When you're drinking, just drink. Okay, so yeah, there's no rush. You don't have to be anywhere. Just take the time to sit. We all enjoy food, but there's a difference between enjoying your food and absolutely rushing it down like you've got to be somewhere and what have you, which of course we all have times like that. But yeah, take your time. Put your knife and fork down in between each mouthful. Just sit and just chew your food. Enjoy the taste. Take it in, and then obviously take your next mouthful in, and then when you're cutting up your food again, between each mouthful, just put your knife and fork down so that it affords you that little bit of time between each mouthful to actually just sit and enjoy and think about, okay, how many times do I need to chew this piece of food, okay? And there's a recommendation, I think it's something like about 50 times you should chew a piece of food. Obviously that's, if you're eating yogurt, you don't need to chew it at all. But if you're eating a piece of meat, chicken, poultry, whatever it might be, then obviously, yeah, the tougher the meat, the more that you'll need to chew it. If you've cooked a piece of ham on the bone, or if you're cooking a piece of beef or eating a piece of steak, then that is obviously different. But make sure that you chew your food properly. And it might seem that, I'm kind of pointing out the obvious here, but if you actually sit and observe the way that we eat and how rushed we can be, a lot of us have our phones next to us at the table now while we're eating because we're answering emails or text messages or whatever it might be. When you're eating, have your phone away from you. Just sit and concentrate and focus on the task at hand. Just eat, just enjoy your food. Take it as that little bit of time out for you, for yourself, where you don't have any interruptions and you just want to shut the world out and just enjoy what you've prepared. Okay, thanks very much again for watching. Please keep an eye out on our YouTube channel. Feel free to leave comments, etc. And we'll see you again soon with another video. Take care now. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.